this is White Claw. There's 7 up here. Or Sprite, doesn't matter. It's just Gatorade. Gatorade and Powerade or vitamin water, all the same kind of thing. Sports drinks. And they tell you like, drink Gatorade for electrolytes, and all the athletes drink it and all that stuff. This is electrolyte water. Perrier, expensive water. It's carbonated. It's like, you know, the cool water from back in the day.
Good for hangovers.
Good for what?
Hangovers.
Yeah, is it? Ginger ale. Smart water. I'll teach you all about smart water. Dasani. Tap water.
The other one's Berkey water.
Berkey water is the next one. There we go. Berkey water.
This is technically Brita.
Berkey.
And Brita. Brita.
And then let me run and get the water out of the machine. Kangen means back to origin in Japanese. And Kangen is what they call the water that's produced by the machines made by Enagic is the name of the company. It's like that, Enagic. So as you probably have heard, our bodies are made up mostly of water, which seems crazy because we're very solid, but our cells and everything, our lungs are made up mostly of water, and our interstitial fluid is what is like bathing our cells. So we want that to be healthy. And if you want to change your body and your health quickly, start with the largest component, which is water. Most people like try to eat a healthy diet, and it's like 25% of your body. So starting with the largest component makes a more rapid change. It will settle down, but that's oxygen. That's why it looks all cloudy. It's just tiny, tiny oxygen bubbles. So you may have heard of the Hunza people. So the Hunza people, they live to be like 120 years old, and they have these mountains in the Himalayas where water comes down, and the way the water runs over the rocks causes friction and makes all they knew back before they knew about technology was that the water that they drank made them healthier. People come from all over to get their water. So they have all these pipes fitted into the mountains to collect this water that's the same as the water that we produce. There's 3 different properties about this water that make it completely different. So the first one is it's an antioxidant. So first we can understand what that is by understanding what oxidation is. What do you know about oxidation or anything? Heard the term? Yeah. Rusting, aging. It's the decaying process. The oxidation process is happening every second of every day since the time we're born. It's just what it is. What we want to do is use antioxidants or antioxidation to combat the free radicals. So what happens is a free radical is missing a negative charge. So it's unbalanced, it's unstable, like a battery missing a negative charge. So it will seek out a negative charge by stealing it from a healthy cell. Then that cell's missing a negative charge. So it becomes a free radical. This happens like millions of times a second. It's just, antioxidants are very cool because they have an extra negative charge to donate. So they're going around, they have this extra electron. They donate it to the free radical, which neutralizes it, stabilizes it. It intercepts that domino of destruction. So that's why you hear about everything being an antioxidant. You're like, oh, this is an antioxidant. This isn't, like, this is an antioxidant, because people know that it's healthy to have antioxidants. So we're going to test all this stuff to see what is and is not an antioxidant. This is an ORP meter. Stands for oxidation reduction potential. So the potential for something to reduce oxidation or slow down the aging process. A positive number is bad because it doesn't have that negative charge, that free electron that I was talking about. Positive is bad. The higher the number, the worse it is. But even a positive 1 is still aging you. It's not as fast as like a positive 300. All right, so ORP meter. This is the White Claw. What's it say? 184, whatever, right?
It's still going on.
Say now.
215.
215. This is soda, Sprite. The darker the color, the worse it is. We're using clear so we can do the pH test. So 200 and something, very aging. Gatorade. And they say that Gatorade has electrolytes. Electrolytes are from sodium bicarbonate, so they should be an antioxidant, but very highly positive. Prime. Oh, this is a good one. It's expensive. It's like $2.98 for that bottle. Very oxidizing, aging. This is an electrolyte thing, coconut water nonsense. 320. Well, Perrier. Good. It's just water with carbonation in it. Now, this is where it gets real interesting. So this is Smart Water. Smart Water, they can only sell in the health food section of grocery stores. So like if you go to Fred Meyer, it's not going to be in the regular bottled water section. It's in the health food section, and it's very expensive. Dasani is bottled by Coca-Cola, and it is manufactured all over the country, and they just take whatever shitty water they have and use reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is like distilled water. So they take all the chemicals, all the minerals out of it. But water is a scavenger. So when you take all the minerals out of it, it seeks out the minerals in your body and it flushes them out of your body. So it deprives your body of minerals. Dasani is banned in Japan. Aquafina is bottled by Pepsi, same process. Reverse osmosis. Yeah, there's no chemicals, but there's also no minerals, which is really bad. East Wenatchee tap water. This is the Berkey water.
Mm-hmm.
Still about the same. This is filtered water
Brita, yeah.
from Wenatchee or East Wenatchee. East Wenatchee. Okay, and then this. So we took the water in this green bottle and ran it through the machine and instantly got that. What's it say?
Negative 380.
Negative 380. So watch. Boom, positive. Boom, negative. Is the most powerful source of antioxidants on the planet. It has that free electron because it's no longer H2O, it's OH negative because of the ionization process. So like, it's not a trick. You can mess with, it's like very powerful antioxidant. Like green tea, it's like a negative 80. You know, vitamin C is a negative 50. Cod liver oil, if you want to drink that, it's a negative like 200. But so say you're making green tea and it's a negative 80, but you make it with tap water. A positive 300 plus a negative 80 is a positive 220. So it's just neutralizing the antioxidants. So back in 1932, a guy named Dr. Otto Warburg won a Nobel Prize for discovering the real cause of cancer. So he discovered that cancer cells are anaerobic, which means they do not need oxygen to survive. So they thrive in an environment without oxygen. Healthy cells have to have oxygen to survive. The more alkaline something is, the more oxygen is present. The more acidic something is, the less oxygen is present. Nobody has ever refuted his Nobel Prize. It's just what it is. Like, you need to be alkaline or oxygen rich in order to be healthy. What's interesting is our blood pH will always be between 7.35 and 7.45, which is barely alkaline. 7 is neutral. This is the most acidic. This is the most alkaline. So just above neutral it has to be, otherwise you'll die. So your blood has to be that pH, and your system is constantly robbing bicarbonates, alkaline minerals, from your bones, your organs, wherever it has to neutralize the acidity we put in our body just to keep us alive. So, but your interstitial fluid, like if you pee on a pH strip or whatever, it'll tell you what your interstitial fluid pH is. So if your cells are bathed in like acidity, which is whatever you drink, essentially, cancer can grow at a pH of 6. Most people are very acidic. And that's why you think about like when our parents were kids, like they didn't know anybody with cancer, very few people with cancer when they were kids. Now they're building big, huge hospitals solely for the purpose of treating children with cancer. It's like, well, their number one calorie intake is soda. That's what they're doing. And you'll see here in a second. So keep in mind, this is a logarithmic scale. So 7 to 8 is 10 times more alkaline, 8 to 9 is 100 times, 9 to 10 is 1,000 times. So it jumps up exponentially like a Richter scale. Okay, this one stand. All right. This is pH indicator, like whatever you use to test your pool, your hot tub. It'll tell you what the pH is by turning it the color of the pH. So just put a couple drops in each one. So orange is going to be like 2.5, you know, greenish orange will be about a 4, yellowish green will be kind of a 6. Oh shit, I was like, what the hell? I was like, that's not purple. So anything carbonated is going to be about a 2.5 to 3. Gatorade, very acidic. This is a little bit better, but they also put baking soda, you know, chemicals in there to bring the pH up. This is dead water. There's no mineral in it at all, so it's gonna always be acidic. Tap water will always be neutral or slightly alkaline because they put lye in the city water. Lye is a pH of 14, as alkaline as you can get. They put it in the city water because they don't want it to rust the city pipes, because the city pipes are made of metal. So they want the pH to be higher. So that's always gonna be neutral. So we don't add anything to that water. It's restructured through ionization. I can show you through the machine how it works, and I have a little animation that kind of explains it as well. So here's the deal. We're going to try to take this water and add it to these to bring them up to alkaline. Okay. Doesn't take too much. That one didn't take too much. Usually should just take a couple drops, but when there's chemicals in it, it's more difficult. Like, watch how fast this one changes. This one will try to change, but it goes back to acidic. Any power, like Gatorade, sports drinks, anything like that, sodas is 32 to 1. So you have 1 Gatorade, 1 soda, 1 sports drink. You have to have 32 equal amounts of 9.5 Kangen water just to neutralize it. And okay, so out of these 4, which one would you have preferred before today? Or these 4? Gatorade. So this is a bunch of Kangen water and a little bit of Gatorade, so it's diluted Gatorade, right? Check this out. Just a couple drops of diluted Gatorade ruins it. It's 50,000 times more acidic than your blood. 50,000 times more acidic than your blood. Okay. So people that have an issue with soda, like they drink it all the time, or like they're addicted, some people are addicted to it and they're like, can't stop, and then they see this water demo and they're like, okay, maybe it makes it a heck of a lot easier to quit once you understand it. One of the hardest things is getting people to drink water. Would you fill those cups up like halfway with tomato, like even amount of tomato? You guys are so good. So while I'm doing the T-test part, I'm going to be soaking these. So we've got nuts. One, I'm going to wash with tap water. These will be soaking for 15 minutes. And this is the 11.5, so the machine makes 7 different kinds of water, and depending on which button you push determines which pH and which type of water comes out. So this machine's a medical device in Japan. It has been for 60-something years. And they use it in hospitals, and they use it, like 1 out of 3 homes in Japan have one. Okay. And this kind of water is weird because it has to be kept in a dark container, and it gets more powerful the older it is, which is opposite of the drinking water. So I don't want you to see that yet, so I'm going to block it. This is going to be amazing. All right, so the next thing has to do with hydration, detoxification, and nutrient delivery, which is also called bioavailability. So when we eat food, it gets absorbed through our intestines and it has to be delivered via the water is a huge part of that. Microclustering. So the third property has to do with microclustering or nutrient delivery. So we've got 20 to 200 molecules per cluster of tap water because they put flocculants in the water, which makes water molecules bunch together so it's easier to filter. So it's big water. A little visual. And then our water is restructured and it's hexagonally structured, 5 to 6 molecules per cluster, so it's more absorbable. It's smaller water. I know it sounds crazy, but it's another little. So your cell has these aquaporins in the outside, and the holes are very small. So the water a lot of times is too big to get into the cell, so it goes around your cell, sits in your stomach, and that's where you get that full feeling. Like you ever drink a bunch of water and you can hear it like sloshing around in your stomach? Mm-hmm. That's because you're not able to absorb it. We can only absorb like 15 to 17% of tap or bottled water. So you're supposed to drink half your body weight in ounces a day just to keep up with the chemical reactions and things that happen in your body. So if you weigh 200 pounds, that's 100 ounces of water, and a gallon's 128 ounces. So if you're drinking tap or bottled water, you have to drink 4 to 5 gallons a day to get the same absorption. Huh?
So I would have to drink
a gallon a day.
82.
Yeah. Almost a gallon. I mean, you can shoot for a gallon, but this water, like it doesn't sit in your stomach like that. You don't get that full feeling. So
what about the peeing factor? Does it make a difference?
The peeing factor? It makes you will pee.
More or less?
So you're going to pee more, obviously, if you're drinking more water than you normally do. But what's fascinating is a lot of times when people start drinking this water, their thirst mechanism kicks into gear more because your body knows, like, I want more of that. I've got goosebumps. And I do, like, big time. And so you get thirstier until you become hydrated, and then it evens out. But you're detoxing you too, and I'm going to show you all about that. This is just going to be a very cool visual. It's my favorite thing. What do you have to do to make tea?
Water.
Hot tea.
Hot water.
Hot water. You gotta boil water. When you boil water, it gets so small it turns to steam and it evaporates. So essentially, it's shrinking the water. So we're going to try to make tea with cold tap water, cold Kangen water, just to give a visual, because like imagine the tea is your cells and the tea bag is your cells, and the water needs to be able to get in to extract the tea. And if the water's too big, it's not going to be able to extract it. So tap water. We can only absorb 15 to 17% of tap or bottled water. Here's my water. Oh. Now, I cheated, right? And I got it wet first over there. That's why people are like, oh, that's cheating. So why don't we just try the tap water again? That little bit of color might be the 15 to 17%, or it could be leftover Kangen water in the tea bag. And I can make 15 to 25 cups of tea with cold Kangen water with this one tea bag. I'm not going to make that many, but... So let's just give the tap water another shot for the hell of it. Now, imagine that this extra tea juice is a nutrient, a vitamin, a mineral, something you want to be able to utilize in your body. So, this one has like twice as much in there, right? That one has way more, so we're going to give...
Your hands could have been dirty.
It's fine. I'll redo it. Okay. We're going to give the tap water a better shot because there's more juice in there. You ever take a vitamin and you go to the bathroom, it's like the same color as the vitamin you took? It's because it's not being absorbed. It's not bioavailable. It's just going through you. That's tap water. Now this has like half the amount, if not less than half. Look how much darker it is. So, if you add water to something, should it get lighter or darker?
I think lighter. Lighter,
because it dilutes it, correct? I'm adding clear water. Is it lighter or darker? It's getting darker because it enhances anything that you put in your body. Like even this one would be like some. So it enhances anything you put in your body, any vitamin, mineral, nutrient, whatever, alcohol. I had a guy buy a machine because he drinks scotch and water every night, and like he only had to drink 1 scotch instead of like 3. Or some people really like their coffee, and then you make it with this water, you only have to use like 1/3 of the coffee grounds. So that's that. Those are the 3 properties. Now there's specialty waters, one of which is the 11.5, which is very, very alkaline, and it's hard to explain because the machine's not right here, but making 11.5, you're also making 2.5. So this is a cleaning agent, and the 2.5 is a disinfectant that will kill MRSA on contact. Like, it is insane for any sort of infections or fungus or anything, like any microorganisms, because no microorganisms can live under 2.5 pH. So when you go to the store and you buy your produce and they say to wash it and all that, and it's because they put pesticides on there, right? What's smart about these guys, though, that put pesticides on there, is they put oil-based pesticides on, because when you mix oil and water, they don't mix. So if it's raining or you're watering your crops, washes it all off every day, then you have to reapply it, which is very expensive. So they make oil-based pesticides because water and oil don't mix. So when you go home and you wash your produce with water, it's not getting the pesticides off. This is what came off, and that's the tap water. This is what came off the lot, and that's with my water. And it doubles the shelf life of your produce. Okay, so there's that. And this is what came off the tomatoes with tap water. There's stuff in there. So how did the water get the oil-based pesticides off the produce? This is oil. What happens when you mix water and oil? It separates. So here's the tap water. So it separates. All the bubbles are very big. This is the 11.5. It's a surfactant. It reduces the surface tension. So we've got 11.5. Water that emulsifies oil. That's like the biggest oxymoron you've ever heard. And it will sit here for months and it will never separate. So all that means is that's tiny, tiny, tiny little bubbles in there. Tiny little bubbles. Like if you look at it up close. And just emulsifies it. Isn't that crazy? I think it's so cool. Do we have any chlorine in this water, I wonder? Now, Ephraim, just stick a couple fingers in that water, just like that, for a few seconds, if you don't mind. Now, let's see. Where'd the chlorine go? Sorry, Ephraim. So it absorbs into your skin in seconds. So it's whenever you shower with chlorine, or in the pool, it goes right through your skin. So when we go home and we try to wash the pesticides off, like people do, and we're not getting the pesticides off, obviously, and then not only that, but we're adding chlorine, right? We're poisoning our food because it's just going into our produce and putting more chemicals into the food. The carrot absorbed it as well. Everything does. It's nuts. Oh, and listen to these videos. Oh, Dr. Shinya co-invented the colonoscopy, and he was the #1 gastroenterologist in the world. And he promotes this water big time. Out of 350,000 colonoscopies he's done, he's never had a reoccurrence of any kind of cancer. Here we go.
45-year-old female with breast cancer.
The colon,
6
baby.
months prior to this exam, she had a
Really attractive.
lumpectomy and radiation
This
treatment.
is so crazy.
There are marked fecal retention in this picture. The same patient following Dr. Shinya's diet started to drain 3 quarts of Kangen water a day. Her condition markedly improved.
And you think about it, because our intestines, our intestinal tract is how we absorb everything that goes into our body. That's how we get it in. So like, no wonder she has cancer. You have all that shit built up on the inside of your intestines. How is the nutrients going to get through all that gunk into your bloodstream? It's blocked by the toxicity which goes into your bloodstream, which causes, cancer. The reason why her colon is so clean is because, think about this. The wall of your colon is positively or negatively charged. All the bad stuff, the acidic stuff, the gunk, the shit is positively charged. So they bind together, sticks onto your colon. Water, regular water, is positively charged, like I showed you, is all positively charged. So it's going to repel. The positive is just going to repel. But this water is negatively charged, so it binds onto the shit and flushes it out of your system. It's very basic, but makes so much sense. It's very effective. So this guy, or maybe it's a lady.
This 65-year-old female with chronic constipation had breast cancer surgery and was referred for colonoscopy. Examination showed marked stool retention in many areas of the colon despite 2 days of preparation. The same patient was treated with a typical Dr. Shinya's diet and 1 quart of Kangen water 1 hour before each meal. Examination was repeated in 3 months. There was marked improvement in the colon.
So, like I said, out of all of his cancer patients, he's had 0 recurrence of any kind of cancer, and he won't treat them unless they agree to do his alkaline diet and drink Kangen water. You want to come get the water every 3 days. Because it won't be medicinal quality after 3 days. Let me show you how. So we've got, where's my pH drops? They're there. So it starts out 9.5, very alkaline. There's 4 things that'll make the water lose its properties: air, time, heat, motion, and light. 5 things. So motion, so like if it's jostled around a bunch, if it's exposed to light, so keep it in a cupboard or in the fridge as much as you can. Time, after 3 days, it'll go back to H2O, but I'll just show you the motion in the air part. So that's just a time lapse. So you want to get it as fresh as you can right out of the machine if you can, and just drink it as much as you want, and it's totally free. There's no catch, there's no nonsense, just come get it. I have a machine, Chris has a machine, just bring your jugs, drink it, like challenge yourself for even just a week. Like migraines, dude, I'm not, like you complain about migraines all the time, and I feel bad for you because migraines are horrific. Like, dude, drink this water. And it's not about, will it fix this? Will it fix that? It's like it gets your body in balance. That's just what it does. It's a tool. It's not a medication. It's just a tool, and it will.
How much does those machines go for?
Anywhere from like $3,200 to $5,000. The one that I have, the ones that mine is $300 more than Chris's just because it's silver. But
Just 'cause it's silver.
it's platinum. It's just, it doesn't look like a medical device. Chris's looks like a medical device because it's white and it has the color coded buttons, and mine's like platinum, they call it, where it's like stainless steel looking.
How long do the plates last for?
Well, there's a 5-year bumper to bumper warranty on the thing, and the only thing that's gonna make it fuck up is if you don't keep the plates clean. and it's very easy to do. You just take citric acid and put it in this thing and replace it where the filter goes, and you like run water through it and you let it sit overnight once a month. And it's like, I've had the same 5 pounds for 10 years of citric acid that I've got that's like so cheap to get. But I've had mine for 16 years and it still runs strong. There's no moving parts. Just keep the plates clean. But you think about people that buy bottled water and like, this costs 0.002 cents a gallon to make, and it's the healthiest water. You know what I mean? So like, it makes sense. And then you save money on cleaning supplies. You don't have to use bleach or, well, unless you want to make something whiter, but disinfectant or cleaning agents. You use like one of these in the wash machine instead of detergent if you want to. People are like real sensitive to chemicals. You know, but just drink it and see, or give it to people that you know and have them drink it. People that are like struggling, arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer,